Well, obviously, I'm really proud of how we played. SIENA's a great program and a good team, missing their leading scorer. But I thought we really set a great tone in terms of our aggressiveness. I thought tonight our defensive aggressiveness was definitely a kickstart for us. We pressed a lot. We thought that we had a speed advantage. We feel like we have a fast team, and we converted a lot of those turnovers or steals into baskets. So hopefully that can continue for us, and we're pleased with the win and looking forward to Wednesday's game at BC.
Chris, what changes Wednesday? Obviously, you've dealt with two younger teams here in the first two games at home. Now what?
Now what for?
Competition level, going on the road.
Yeah. Sure. Well, I mean, we're going to an ACC school, and I haven't seen BC yet, but I'm sure they have very good players, and I know the coaching will be great. So this SIENA happened to be young. I think VMI we probably anticipated would be young. SIENA happened to be young, and which is very rare in this day and age for college basketball to have a young team. And so I'm sure BC will be a veteran team. And whenever you go and play a high major team, it's just a little bit noticeable, probably in the size and strength of the players. But we've had guys here who've played a lot of basketball and been in those situations before, and hopefully we can play well.
How has Delani Hunt struck you so far in terms of sort of running the team and being your point guard?
Excellent. I think that he's probably the most vocal player we've ever had. Maybe TJ, but that wasn't always. He's the most consistently vocal player we've ever had. I think he's, just an elite teammate, a great leader, and then he's also extremely fast and can create plays. I thought that he played well tonight. I think he puts a lot of pressure on both ends of the floor because of his speed, because of his activity, his effort level, his hustle. Those are really impressive traits, but not more impressive than how he is as a point guard and as a leader.
The defensive pressure, both in the half court and the full court, and the depth, stuck out early. He only had one starter on the court, maybe 7 minutes into the game. Are those two things going to continue, or was that based on your opponent?
No, I think we'd like to continue that. I think that it's something that we have. Not only do we have speed at a lot of positions, but we have versatility and guys who can move and guys with a good sense. So I think that's something that we can continue to show, and I think can continue to pay dividends for us. To apply pressure full court, is great to have. You're always measuring. What are you willing to give up if you don't, how much are you willing to gamble not to give up transition baskets? But I think that our guys have a pretty good feel for that, and I think that pressure is something that'll be really helpful for us this year.
Plus, you've had some players who maybe are starting to show their offensive skills a little bit. I don't know if Waltz has taken a three all year, but he hit one tonight.
Yeah, Mike is a really good player, and what he really needs is just seasoning. He just needs to be in the game. He needs to play through a mistake. He needs to play if he's tired. He just needs more and more game action. And so I was glad tonight he was able to play. I think he played 18 or 19 minutes. And when he does that, he can show you a lot of different things. He can score around the basket. He's obviously a very good passer. And he can shoot from the perimeter. So just needs to be out there as much as possible and continue to play and play with good players, because that really helps your development, because then guys are in the right spot when you make your decision. If you have the right instinctual play, generally if you're playing with good players, they have the right play or the right idea in mind or the same idea. So he just needs as much seasoning as possible.
A lot of assists there, Chris, especially in the second half. During that one stretch, you were really passing the ball well. I wonder if you're seeing the cohesion you were hoping to see with sort of a new-look group.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there are a couple things we can continue to improve on, but there was a stretch there in the second half where the ball was moving great, finding open guys. I think, having centers who can pass so well really helps that, because, generally sometimes if the ball goes into a center, it's stuck there for a second or an extra an extra count. And I think because we have centers who can pass, that kind of gets the ball moving and hopping a little bit. And that, I think generally when we have our best possessions, the center's been involved in that in some way.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sir.
Can you expand as to how the team chemistry was able to develop so quickly, given that there's a lot of new players on the team?
Well, one thing that's also different now, not as new as the transfer portal and stuff. We're able to have the guys here in the summer for 8 weeks, and so they're here in the summer. We can work out in the fall. These were rules that a little while ago you couldn't do those things. So the more you get to play, and I think if you're doing a lot of the right things, then you can improve that. And the biggest thing in terms of having a selfless group or a group that shares the ball is having good guys. If you recruit a kid who's had a lot of issues and a lot of troubles, they're likely going to show up again. And so, but if you recruit guys who are good guys, good teammates, I think we have a strong enough sense of ourselves as a style of play, then that cohesion and chemistry is going to come along more quickly.
The impact of Richmond's defense in the first half was?
Well, defense has been a huge emphasis, leading up to all our games. Offense is obviously not no problem with this team. So I think that us really locking in on defense and will be our best offense, moving forward.
You've handled two younger teams now at home. What changes Wednesday when you go on the road up to Boston College?
Yeah, I mean, bigger talent, bigger players, faster players. We just got to zero in and take care of business and run our offense and don't let the game speed up for us. We'll be fine.
The sort of the narrative heading into this season was new guys.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of evidence in that second half that some chemistry was starting to form. How do you feel about that, and where are you with that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of people talk about, chemistry with a lot of new guys coming in, but I don't think chemistry is going to be a problem with this team. I mean, every single day we're in the locker room talking, having tough conversations, and I think that definitely boils over and it shows in the games that we trust each other. When people come into the game, it's no drop-off. I think that's the biggest thing for us. So I don't think chemistry will be a huge problem moving forward.
And what do you think the shooting percentage, why was it so high? How do you sort of explain that tonight?
Yeah, well, we ran our offense, and when we ran our offense, we got great looks. I think that when we slow down sometimes and read the game and not be rushed up by how they're defending us, I think we can be really good.
Thank you.
It's 2 games in, but for lack of a better term, the new speedy spiders. I mean, you guys have taken to this like a duck in water, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think, like I said, defense offense is our best offense right now. We got 2 very, very fast backcourt guards. They like to play defense, get out and run. They're fun to play with, for sure. So they make my job easier. So for sure, I like that Speedy Spiders term.